This video explains why wildfires in western United States burn all year round now and who is responsible for it. Hello friends, this is Unmasked Truth with Harmanjeet Saini, where I provide unique analysis of world events based on the unmasked truth that after surrender, Germany continued World War II clandestinely and became a killing machine. I also provide true news that you will find nowhere else. There is no longer a wildfire season in the United States because the fires burn all year round. Some claim that climate change is to blame. While climate change could be causing more fires, it does not at all explain why fires should keep burning all year round and much more intensely every year. The real reason is known to the authorities, which is individuals deliberately setting fires. Fox News reported on August 10, 2021, that a California college professor, 47-year-old Gary Maynard, was arrested, charged with arson in connection with one of a series of suspected arson fires set near the state's massive Dixie Fire, already the largest fire in California's history, authorities said. As of the August 18 morning briefing, the Dixie Fire is approximately 635,720 acres broad, with 33% containment. There are roughly 6,041 fire personnel assigned to the incident. Investigators followed Maynard by tracking his cell phone and car, court documents say. Agents had installed a tracker on his vehicle. Where Maynard went, fire started, not just once, but over and over again. Fires start naturally due to weather phenomena, but in the past, such fires were never that intense and of such long duration. Many of the fires are now being deliberately set. In my video of November 15, 2020, titled The Real Cause of the 2020 Wildfires, I stated, Year 2020 has seen an unprecedented increase in wildfire activity in the western states in the United States. Authorities would have us believe that climate change is the main cause. However, more than 70 suspected arsonists have been arrested. They are the major factor in the increase in the number of the most devastating wildfires around human habitations and businesses. Though I have not yet heard in the news about other people besides Gary Maynard being arrested so far this year for setting wildfires, there are likely to be many more such individuals who have set wildfires to cause as much unnecessary pain and suffering as they can to Americans. Greece and Turkey have also experienced heavy wildfire activity this year. I would not be surprised if causes of some of the fires were humans deliberately setting some of them. These individuals, in all probability, are German masqueraders living in America, Greece, and Turkey. The motivation of these individuals is just pure evil because they are Satan worshippers. Some of them may have been slighted or punished in their lives for good reasons for some wrong they did. This is their way of taking it out on society. But in many cases, their motive is nothing but evil to cause as much pain and suffering as they can. We are witnessing conditions in the world similar to those God described in the world just before Noah's flood, in which he destroyed all of humanity except for 8 individuals. Genesis 6 records God's assessment of that society in verse 5. And God saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. The Germans and German masqueraders in every country epitomize similar conditions in the world today. Their every thought is almost always on doing some evil to someone. They are always victimizing someone or the other. Talking about Germans in general as a people, God describes them through Nahum the prophet, using Nineveh as the ancient capital as a metaphor in Nahum chapter 3, verses 1 and 19. Woe to the bloody city! It is all full of lies and robbery. The prey never departs. For upon whom has not your wickedness passed continually? God says that lies and robbery and victimizing every nation on earth is their national characteristic. Setting wildfires is just one of the numerous ways they are doing all the evil they can in America and victimizing Americans. God warned ancient Israelites and their modern descendants, the American and the British people, about how to deal with people who pay heed to and worship Satan and the demons. The Germans and German masqueraders no longer hide the fact that they are Satan worshippers. Deuteronomy 18 verses 9 to 12 state, when you are come into the land which the Lord your God gives you, you shall not learn to do after the abominations of those nations. This means that nations that Israel destroyed were dealing with demons. So God warned the Israelites not to do so. Then verse 10, there shall not be found among you anyone that makes his son or his daughter to pass through the fire, or that uses divination, or an observer of times, or an enchanter, or a witch, or a charmer, or a consulter with familiar spirits, or a wizard, or a necromancer. For all that do these things are an abomination unto the Lord, and because of these abominations the Lord your God does drive them out from before you. So Satan and the demons communicate directly with the Germans and German masqueraders. That means the Germans and masqueraders are consulting with familiar demon spirits. That's why they are an abomination to God. They do an incredible amount of evil because they listen to and obey these demonic spirits. God gave his judgments on those who deal with familiar spirits, which many German masqueraders do, and those who follow or obey such individuals, which almost all Germans and German masqueraders do. God stated his judgment in Leviticus 20 verses 6 and 27. And the soul that turns after such as have familiar spirits, and after wizards, to go a whoring after them, I will even set my face against that soul, and will cut him off from among his people. A man also or woman that has a familiar spirit, or that is a wizard, shall surely be put to death. They shall stone them with stones, their blood shall be upon them. So God in his judgment gave the only good solution to the problem of having people living in your midst whose every thought is only evil continually, like of those in Noah's generation. They should be exterminated. Winston Churchill also made an astute observation about the Germans. He said, a Hun alive is a war in prospect. He was talking about Germans living in Germany. But you can then imagine how much more evil the impact of German masqueraders is if they are living in your very midst. God Almighty of the Bible has given us the only workable solution in dealing with them. They should all be put to death. I will change my view of them only when I see evidence to the contrary, but I don't expect to see such evidence till God actually establishes his kingdom on earth. Thank you very much for watching this video. Please continue to watch my videos and read my articles on important world events, World War III watch, politics, international business, advice on health and medical problems, and much more for in-depth and insightful analysis. Please follow me on my YouTube and Facebook channels, Unmasked Truth with Harmanjeet Saini, to get information on the latest postings of articles and videos.